Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa Nicole and this is Will Work for Hills TV. So listen, I'm super excited because I'm getting ready to go on a European excursion and I am taking 4 amazing young ladies with me. This is an educational tour, but it's going to be epic and we're going to some places that I've had on my bucket list for quite some time. Super excited, and I think the girls are too. Wave, y'all. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, yesterday was a lot. So our flight out of Jacksonville was delayed because it was storming. So our flight out of Jacksonville got delayed for about 30-40 minutes or so, and then when we got on board, the pilot said that there was no fuel, so we had to wait for fuel. Now mind you, we only had an hour layover before boarding our plane. So when we got to Houston to board our plane, we were literally working with 17 minutes to get from off of our plane to our gate before they closed the gate. So we get off the plane, but we had to wait because this is a smaller plane, and even though we had carry-on bags, they said they had no bin space, and so we had to check it at the gate, which means we had to wait for the sun. So we had to wait at the gate for luggage. So that took away more time. Then you're not gonna believe what happened next. Sorry, I had to wait for the sun to go down a little bit. So anyways, one of my students ran ahead of us because she wanted to get there to let the gate know, like, hey, we are here, we're coming, please don't leave us. And mind you, now we are now working with 10 minutes. So our flight landed at gate A. We had to get to gate E, which meant we had to catch a shuttle, like the train. So we literally ran up the escalator to get on the shuttle. We get on the shuttle, and the shuttle's not moving. In all my years of travel, I have never gotten on one of those shuttle trains that don't close the doors really fast and get you on your way. So about 5 minutes passed, and we were just standing there. And finally, somebody comes on and says, everybody needs to get off the train because this one is no longer in operation. So I was like, this can't be real life. Because what do you mean, get off the train because it's no longer in operation? What do you mean? Because we are at gate A and there is no way we can get to gate E by foot. We have to get on a shuttle. And the guy was like, well, there will be another shuttle that comes right after we get this one off the track. So everybody needs to get off. Meanwhile, my student who ran ahead of us got to the gate, and she called and told us that they said they could wait a couple more minutes. couple more minutes for us. So we finally get on the train. Hold on. So we finally get on the working shuttle, and remember, we have to get to E, right? We have to get to Terminal E, and the shuttle is stopping at B, C, D. We get to D, and my student calls and tells us that they closed the gate. So anyways, we get to E, and we're like rushing to try to get to the gate. And we get to the gate, and it's saying on the little TV screen that the flight has been delayed for 20 minutes, and we can see the plane sitting there. So we were like, okay, it's delayed 20 minutes. We're here within those 20 minutes, so can we get on the flight? And they were like, no, we've already closed the doors. The sun is doing the absolute most. But the things that ensued after that, with trying to get rebooked, trying to get food vouchers, hotel, anything, it was just a lot. I was on the phone for 2 hours with United Airlines. They really weren't very helpful. But they did get us rebooked for the same flight today at 6:40 p.m. So we are in Houston for 24 hours before we can catch our flight to Germany. But we are all safe. The kids are good. They're fed. We had a hotel room to sleep in, and our hotel has an airport shuttle. So all is not lost, but definitely an inconvenience. Good morning. So, as you just watched, we are finally in Germany. And so today we are getting ready to do our first full day here and some exploring. This hotel is super cute. It's called the Ibis. Very, very cute. The rooms are tiny though, but super cute hotel. And the breakfast was good. And it's really rainy. The weather is kind of gloomy, but it's okay. Today we are going to like the BMW, not a factory, but like a museum or something like that. And then we're going to a concentration camp, and then we're gonna go explore like the city center area of Munich. So today should be pretty cool. So I will talk to you guys in a little while. Bye. We made a pit stop at Eisbach Wave, which was really cool to spectate. So the Eisbach wave is an artificial wave that's created by a strong and fast current that's coming through from the man-made Eisbach River. And this is located in the English Garden, which is in Munich, Germany. And it's a really popular attraction for both locals and tourists alike. It was fun for us just watching the surfers tackle these waves because they were really strong. Afterwards, we continued our bus tour throughout the city. We had a local guide. She was giving us all sorts of information about museums and things that we were passing as we were on our way to Nymphenburg Palace. Like I mentioned earlier, it was raining all day, so I didn't get too much of the palace, but this was inside of the gift shop, and we spent a little time there before heading to the BMW World. So we are at the BMW World now. It is pouring rain outside, and I forgot an umbrella. I thought about the umbrella when I got to the Jacksonville airport, but I will have to get one sometime today because I cannot keep getting sopping wet with the rain. But this place is pretty cool. It's really cool. It's 3 stories high. The outside looks really cool, but I couldn't get much of that because of the rain. So I think if you want to purchase a BMW, you can right up here and then drive it on out when you're done. So this was really fun. So at the BMW World, they have a future cafe known as Recharge, and it features the K-Next or Connect robot barista. So you can see it here doing its little dancey dance, but the robot will serve up coffee, tea, snacks, and it's really interactive for all the guests. And as a coffee lover, I thought it was a pretty neat experience to watch the robot serve up some coffee. Hey guys, so we are now at the cow concentration camp, and I don't know, I just don't know if I should really capture the space just because of what it is. So I think I'm just gonna do like a quick little pan around so y'all can see, and then that'll probably be it for here. So I really wanted to get some beer and a pretzel from Hofbräuhaus, but it was too packed, and I really wanted to get back to the Marienplatz Square because I wanted to catch the Glockenspiel, Rathaus Glockenspiel, which is a mechanical clock, and it's known for the life-size characters that you see here that put on like a little show to reenact the history of Munich twice a day. next morning, we checked out of our hotel and we left Munich. So if you read earlier in the video, because we missed our flight, we didn't get to spend any time in Rothenburg, which was the first city in Germany that our group stayed in. Rothenburg, from what I've read, is a really colorful area, and the story Beauty and the Beast is loosely based on the village that we were going to be in. There was a year-round Christmas store that we missed out on, but it's all good. After we left Munich, we headed to our second country, which was Austria, to spend the rest of the afternoon. We had a lot of bus time because we were heading to Venice, which will be in the next video. But for now, let's get into Austria. Hey guys, happy Sunday. We are now in Austria. We left this morning pretty early and we rode on the bus for a couple hours to get here. We're in Innsbruck, Austria. We're going to be here for a couple hours before we head on into Venice, which is going to be another, I believe, 4-hour ride on the bus. But this is a cute little area, lots of colorful buildings. So I'm about to do a little exploring on our free time, and then I will show you everything I come across. So I'm about to walk around, maybe find something to eat. The weather here, it's a little bit cloudy, but then the sun keeps peeking out, which is great because it has been so cloudy lately. working out, going up this tower to see an aerial view of Innsbruck. So let's go. It's a 6-hour drive, and they did say that we're gonna make a couple of stops. I don't know what's happening, but we're gonna make a couple of stops. And one thing I noticed, there's gonna be a McDonald's and a Starbucks everywhere you go. I saw them in Jordan, and we're here in Austria, and they're here too. But anyways, talk to y'all later, bye. For the next 6 hours, we would be on our bus traveling from Germany to Italy. That gave us some time to take a nap, read a book. I put on some press-ons, and we made a pit stop at a convenience store or a gas fill-up station to get some snacks once we entered Italy. And that will be the last thing that you see in this video. Please stay tuned for part 2, which will show you the second half of our tour, where we visited Venice and Switzerland and then headed back to Germany. Thank you so much for watching. If you saw something today you like, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video.